Welcome to the 2015 Cambridge Real Estate Market Year in Review. It was another strong year in Cambridge real estate, though across the board I would say acceleration has decreased a bit. Things are still moving up steadily, but at a little bit of a slower pace than we've seen in prior years. This year I'm going to take a look at three sectors of the market independently, so we'll see a different video for singles, condos, and multis. Let's get into the numbers. Taking a look at the multifamily market, the average sale price in 2015 was just under $1.3 million. When we look at that in a historic context, we see that there was a big run-up between 2011 and 2012. Average sale price jumped from somewhere around $900 to around $1.2, $1.3. And that average sale price has actually stayed pretty steady through 2012, 13, 14, and 15. In 2015, there were 79 multifamily sales in Cambridge, which is actually, it's a small increase, but pretty similar to what we saw in 2013-14. Back in the day, 2004, 2005, we had many more multifamily sales, but you could argue that there were more multifamilies in the supply. As they get sold, many of them get converted into condominiums, and thus the overall supply of multifamily homes dwindles over time. When we look at the total number of multifamily units we had on the market, not just those that sold, that's been pretty steady from 2010 forward. Again, it's a market decrease from 2005, 2006, but it's been pretty steady for a number of years, right around 120 units. So given that we have a number of properties every year that don't sell, it's important to look at the relationship between the total number of properties listed and the number that sell and the number that don't sell. It should give a seller an indication that pricing is still important. So it's important to understand that in multifamilies, and the other sectors for that matter, not everything will sell. Of the 120 multifamily properties that were listed in Cambridge in 2015, 41 of them did not sell, which is about 34%. Looking at the overall, all the properties that were listed, the average list price was right around $1.4 million. And now look at the average list price of just those properties that sold, the ones that were successful. That average list price was right around $1.3 million. So there are some sellers out there with some very aggressive prices trying to see what they can get, and if it's too much, the buyers are sensitive and will pass it over. Now, in multifamilies, looking at the sale price to list price ratio, that's the number that defines how much is a buyer on average going to pay relative to the asking price. In multifamilies, it's pretty interesting. I'm going to start with 2013, when a buyer on average was paying 8% over the asking price. The sale price to list price ratio was 108%. Jump ahead a year to 2014, that number was 105%. So buyers on average are paying 5% above the asking price. And now look at 2015, it was 102%. So while any market would typically be very excited to have a sale price to list price ratio of 102%. In fact, we're seeing that's a decrease year over year, 2013, 14, 15, which is good news for investors. So that's the story for 2015. As always, I hope you'll feel welcome to give me a call, shoot me an email, stop by the office. I would love to talk with you about how I might be able to help you navigate the tricky waters of Cambridge and Somerville real estate. So now that you know what there is to know about multifamilies in Cambridge, please head over to Holleran.com or just click the links below to check out the year-end review videos for single families and condominiums.